Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords. Currently playing ranked. I was up ranked around what, 150-ish? 158 right now. I had a really good stream the other day and got some good climbing on to get up into top 200. And let's see if we can keep the climb going here with a win, or top 3 would probably gain me some points. So, going to start off here with Tiny. I think Tiny was the best option among our picks here. I still kind of prefer Venomancer and maybe even Tusk to some extent, but Tiny is still pretty good. Looking around, there's no one is really, or 1% has picked up Savages, 3 Tinies, 2 Axes is a little bit unusual. Brawnies have kind of fallen out of favor. They're playable if you get early Beastmaster, but Axe just doesn't really do enough for me. Alright, we'll pick up Gloves of Haste over the other 2 options there. Gloves of Haste is one of the best items. It scales so well at all points in the game. It's good early and late. Just the bonus attack speed's just always welcome, because it also gains you more mana. More mana faster, the more attacks you make, the more times you get to grab mana. And you know what could be better than that? More damage and mana. That's everything you want. Alright, looking around, we've got somebody with a pair of Axes, a pair of Tinies, a Timbersaw and Bounty Hunter, so somebody already pulling together some Scrappies and somebody pulling together some Savages. So by comparison, our start's not looking so hot, but that's okay. It's only round 2. No reason to worry. Is this the exact same options we just had, or was there a Brooch of the Martyr in the first one? Well, if one Gloves of Haste is good, might as well get a glove for the other hand as well, even though they both look like left-handed gloves in the picture. So there's a Beastmaster, and I really like playing Beastmaster in on this round 3. And by doing something like this, you can kind of ensure that Beastmaster will get most of these kills, more so than Razor. Beastmaster will be placed here, so he grabs most of the aggro, so he'll gain the most mana quickly. And he just needs one cast, and it kills off pretty much every target. He got 5 of the 6. Razor was able to pick up 1 of the kills. Do I want to pick up, say, Chaos Knight here? Probably not. I'm not a big fan of Knights at the moment in the current patch. I like Target Buddy, though. I like Target Buddy a lot. That gives you a lot of early game power. Chaos Knight is a good unit, but Knights as a general strategy, not so good. And especially if someone else is competing for them. This person seems to be grabbing the Trolls and Knights. Is this the best lineup we can make at the moment? I think it probably is, which is kind of unfortunate. Actually, no, these are going to be better. These are just 2 individually stronger units, Slarder and Queen of Pain. Even though I lose the Primordial buff, that's not that big of a deal at this point in the game. And we want to be kind of offset away from the Target Buddy, because Target Buddy needs the tank, and if we're up front, they may just completely dodge Target Buddy. And see, Target Buddy was, like, all of our guys were still at, like, basically full health by the time we even killed somebody and the time the Target Buddy went down. So if you just compared our 3 guys versus their 3 guys, we were much, much weaker. They had the Warrior buff, they had a 2-star, we had none of the above, but we had a Target Buddy who just tanked for so long. So I guess I'm going to pick up the Axe here. I was just looking at other people to see how likely it is we end up towards like a Beastmaster strategy. It's really heavily predicated on getting a Beastmaster 2-star quickly, which we don't even have a pair of them yet. And oh, that's us. So there's one other person who has a couple of Beastmasters. I can go pick up Slark. I think that's going to be the strongest pickup here, and move the Gloves of Haste over to Slark. And this gives us the scaled buff, but that's like so irrelevant at this point in the game. Very few opponents are going to be dealing much magic damage, if any. Like the only magic damage in this lineup is the Chaos Knight ultimate, so not too impactful. Alright, how else are we going to spend our money here while this fight's going on? We can buy the Venomancer, we can buy... Probably Anti-Mage is better than Bat Rider, for a lot of the reasons we talked about before. Not really caring too much for Knights. Don't really care much for Anti-Mage either, to be fair, but if we're just looking for a standalone unit, if we get it to 2-star, I think I'd prefer Anti-Mage to Bat Rider. I guess we get to pick up both since we won the round and get our gold. Slark did some pretty good work there. Actually, everybody did really good work. Almost even DPS across the board. Alrighty. Here's some scrappies, but we know there's at least one person who looks like they're hard committing scrappies. They have so many scrappies and assassins already. I think on this turn I really want to sell up to 10 gold for interest, so I'm gonna cut out some things from what we've got here. I'm not a big fan of holding on to Razors. They're just weak unit. Like, Razor's just weak. Even at 2-star, he's like barely acceptable. So I'm not too concerned about ditching that here. One has 2 separate 3-star units, but our Slark is untouched, and that is gonna be a win for Slark. Look at that damage from him. All right, now that interest's locked in, we're gonna grab. I guess we can just pick up everything here. There's no reason not to. We can just resell it for its full value. And now maybe we look at getting the Scrappy buff in there, even if we don't go Scrappies long term. You know, just an early Scrappies bonus would be pretty strong. Beastmaster has 10 kills, which is kind of surprising. No more Beastmasters. There's a Wind Ranger. And it doesn't seem like anyone else is really going towards a Hunter build. Or really like a full Assassin build. I mean, this player is kind of looking at, like, they have a couple Assassins, but they're like more scrappy mages. I'm going to sell off the Lena. And we're just going to sit here at 11 gold on this round. 10 gold for interest. Buy the Slarter. Probably not going to go Savages at this point. There's like 3 people on Savages. We don't really have any kind of start to it. Well, this person does go for Brawny. They're going Brawny Hunters. That could be bad. Could be bad for us. What I mean? Slarter. Yes, just barely 6 health. Not even close. That was really important to keep a win streak alive. Oh man. Getting that scaled buff was actually relevant because the death explosion dealt magic damage and he survived just because of it. Oh man. You gotta be kidding me. Not even a thing to pair up. I don't have a pair of anything. I literally have like 0 pairs. I have a pair of Slarter and Bounty Hunter, and that's it. I guess we're just selling to interest here. I'm gonna ditch the Timber Saw and the Tiny, I think, to 20 gold. We don't have a pair of anything. I don't have any sense of direction of what we should be doing. Typically it's like, okay, what do you have pairs of? And then that's kind of a good start to your direction, but I don't even have pairs. Other than Slarter, who's kind of goes into a couple different things. This pack just gives me nothing. I guess it gives me like some hunter stuff to go towards like Brawny Hunters, but I'm very concerned about doing that if someone else is going to be trying it too. It looks like 2 people are trying it actually. 2 people have picked up Axe 2 and Beastmaster 1. Perhaps like 6 Assassins is a relevant strategy. We have the Slark. That's really all we've got towards it. We've got the pair of Bounty Hunters. I don't know. We just had like... We've been on a win streak, but I feel like we've had really bad luck this game. We don't have anything upgraded. There's the Slark. I definitely don't think I want to go Brawnies. There's at least 2 people who are looking at Brawnies, and I don't want any part of it. I'd rather just sell up to 30 gold of interest and just keep our options open. Just get gold. And since we lost our win streak, I'm not like stressed about keeping a win streak together, you know? You know, this guy going Brawny has a 1-kill Beastmaster. We have a 10-kill Beastmaster. Well, most of those were from the first creep round, to be fair. This Slark is doing work. He died, but if we get a 2-star Slark, it'd be crazy. Alright, so let's use our free reroll here, see if we can find a better direction. So there's a couple Assassins. Okay. Like I said, I don't really care for Juggernaut or Enchantresses. There's the Slarter. I think it's fine to buy Slarter. I'm going to buy Slarter, sell off these two to make sure I grab interest. And I wasn't entirely sure if we would beat the creep round here without that. So I just decided to find the upgrade so I know we'll definitely beat this creep round. And keep it 30 gold for interest. So there's a couple more knights, but not interested. I think we're going to go on this assassin game plan. I'm scouting out. There's nobody else going for assassins that I can see. Let's check. No one's bought Queen of Pain. No one's bought Slark. Has anyone bought Phantoms? Bounties? One person has Bounty, but they're kind of looking towards like scrappy mages. Maybe like mage assassins with Viper and Morphling, but they're not picking up the Slarks and the Phantom Assassins, which are like the big deals in this composition. So, yeah, that might be a good direction to go. Actually, wait, we lost the creep round. Oh. I lost even with all that. That's awkward. That's what I get for not watching. I guess I'm just going to pick up Big Time Contract, but that's fine. And I guess putting in this Assassin gives us the Assassin bonus. There's a Queen of Pain that I really want, obviously. But in the interest of maximizing our gold, I think we're moving away from Beastmaster, even though he's got 10 kills. We're not even close to upgrading him. We're not going to go Hunters because we don't have any Hunters. I think Assassins is the game plan here. And so we're just going to sell off. We're going to hold off on buying this. We don't have a win streak to defend, so I don't really care that, oh, this is a little bit inefficient because I'm not, I could get this upgrade, but I'd rather just get the bonus gold and not have to worry about trying to win to kind of recoup that gold, because it didn't look like we probably were not likely to win against this opponent anyway. But now we got the upgrade, and now we're on the lookout for some Bloodbound. Should definitely move one of these over to Queen of Pain, and I guess throwing a second Slark is probably the best standalone assassin here. Oh, I should use the free reroll before it goes away. Almost forgot about that. And that was a really good free reroll. And a Warlock. Oh, hello. Okay. So this should go in Queen of Pain. Gloves Face should go in Slark. The Phantom Assassin should just be without an item. And this is a lot of upgrades we just got there. We got the Queen of Pain 2, the Slark 2. These are both huge upgrades. Bounty Hunter is probably not going to happen. He's generally not a good late game assassin, and you only play him in the early game. And I just wanted interest. I'm all about getting that gold. So if I have a chance to sell off something like that, something not very useful, it's not upgraded, in exchange for grabbing interest, I'm going to do that every time. And Slark's going crazy as we expected. Actually, Queen Pain has the most damage because it's all AoE, but oh, and she has the Big Time Contract, so I guess that makes sense. Let's pick up more Bloodbound. I guess with the Big Time Contract, we don't even need to stay Assassins forever. We may just use Assassins as a bridge into like a Big Time Contract composition where we just throw a bunch of Warlocks and Ogre Magi's and then grab an Arc Warden on the back line. Something like that could certainly work. Typically I like leveling up on around 13 because that's when I just need to, click this button once to level up, but I'm at a perfect point of interest. I have a good unit to put in, right? I've got an Ogre Magi to put in, but I'm not on a win streak. I did win the last round, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to I'm not gonna go and lose interest just to make that. If I had a really good unit to put in, I had a win streak, etc., I probably would do it. Or if I was bleeding really hard, I'd lost every round, I was on a losing streak, and I wanted to kind of change my fortunes, maybe. But now instead, I'll just wait till the interest locks in, level up now, and then, so we do it one turn later. We're still going to put the Ogre Magi in, but now I'm not going to lose the interest. I'm going to get all 5 gold, and next turn we're going to get back above 50, and we'll still get all 5 gold of interest. So that's just being efficient. And we ended up winning anyway, which was far from guaranteed because this person was also at level 5, but most other people went up to 6 on that turn. But now we get to use our free reroll at a higher level. So I'm going to pick up the Morphling, and not really interested in Scrappies. Let's reroll. I am interested in Tidehunter. Definitely a much better late game scaled than Slarter, but of course at equal level Slarter does, well, he does 177 DPS and Tidehunter does 32. Quick math is like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times stronger, so I think I'll stick with the Slarter until we get a 2-star Tidehunter. But he's definitely going to stay in. He's going to get in there eventually, and we'll buy the extra Queen of Pain. If we get a 3-star Queen of Pain, then she can stay in the composition long term as well. If we don't, then we probably want to look to replace her with some other assassin, possibly Sand King, for a similar role. Ooh, just barely lost. Just barely. That was really close. But that's okay. Get another free reroll. And it's a creep round coming up, so let's flip-flop here. And nothing really here. Let's reroll. There's a Sand King, that's pretty good. There's a Warlock. If we end up going more towards Assassins, we're going to want like Sand King, maybe Morphling Viper. And if we end up kind of leaning heavily on this big time contract, then I'll be happier grabbing some Arc Wardens and more Warlocks. So one of the key decision points here is kind of what item we get off of this round. If we get, say, another big time contract, well, I think that's a pretty good indication to go towards a big time contract build, obviously. But if we get a Mask of Madness, for instance, that's going to be really, really good for Assassins. Mask of Madness is just so incredibly strong with Assassins. It's pretty much a required item. If you don't have a Mask of Madness, you probably shouldn't be playing full-on Assassins. We get none of the above. We do get a Fall from Grace, which can kind of be used in Assassins if you have Bloodseeker, but I don't have Bloodseeker. Ugh. I guess Vanguard's probably just like generically useful. That was a bad item round. Put that on Slarter, I guess, because he's kind of our frontliner. We could put it on Target Buddy, honestly. Nah, I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, let's just level up next turn and see where it takes us. We could go. Actually, I should probably put Sand King in over the Phantom Assassin. Sand King's a lot tankier. Phantom does a lot more damage, so it's kind of close. Yeah, not entirely sure what direction we're going to go here. I was hoping that item round would provide some clarity, but we didn't really have any good options. There's no one else going for our Assassins, so it's definitely reasonable to try to 3-star out Slark, but if you don't have a Mask of Madness, is that really any good? Not really. Well, there's the Slark. I guess we're just going to put in the Sand King now. I could get up to 6 Assassins, but I'd be playing a lot of 1-star Assassins, and I think I'd rather just maximize the usefulness of this Queen of Pain big time contract rather than just put in a couple like 1-star Assassins, which don't do a whole lot, even with the crit chance. So if we want to play like a 6 Assassin build, you typically end up rerolling a lot at level 6. As opposed to rerolling at level 8. Or, sorry, reroll at level 7, as opposed to reroll at level 8, like a lot of other compositions do, or even level 9, like some of the good stuff builds do, because they just want to level up and get the higher chance of the tier 4 units. Whereas the Assassins really just want to get 3-star units. 3-star Slark, 3-star Phantom, Queen of Pain, Morphling Viper, etc. And so just getting to level 7, it's a really good time to do that. So I'm going to reroll a little bit here on the assumption that's the direction we're going. Because it seems to be open. Nothing here. We did find Mr. Warlock upgrade. That's not really much of an upgrade. Ooh. What would our 6 Assassin be? We want Templar Assassin. So who would we not play? We would not play either Viper or Morphling. Bounty Hunter, Bloodseeker. So we only are going to play one of Viper Morphling, and if we don't have a Dragon Knight or another Dragon, I probably want to stick with Morphling. So I'm just thinking if I need to sell something off, what do I want to sell off? It's a little risky to go for this strategy because we don't have a Mask of Madness, which really, really inhibits us. But I think I'm still just going to reroll here, and if we happen to find an Arc Warden, maybe we swap. But I'm okay with rerolling here at 7 for a little bit. At least until we find 2 stars on our board. 2-star Phantom and Sand King in particular. Or Ogre, I guess. Is it Morphling? Okay, so Morphling is a good replacement for the Sand King. Don't want Bloodseeker. There's the Phantom. Okay, sweet. So I guess now we can hold off and try to level up. Now that we've got, you know, some good upgrades on our board. Our whole board's 2-star except for our sacrifice units. Is that Blink Dagger Kunkka who just got crushed? Probably don't need Queen of Pain to have this big time contract. Maybe it can move over to the Phantom Assassin, or even Morphling. I guess Phantom Assassin or Queen of Pain would probably be the most survivable because they have the most health. Now, in any case, we've got to creep around here to maybe give us a little bit more clarity. Once again, we're looking for Mask of Madness goes towards Assassins. Another big time contract goes towards like an Arc Warden big time contract build. And none of the above, who knows where that leads us. We'll find out. But those are the 2 big ones that we're looking for. We found the Ogre upgrade, which is a totally free upgrade because anytime you're upgrading a 1-star unit, there's no downside to it. You can just resell it for its full value. Whereas if you're upgrading like a 2-star unit, you have to kind of pause and say, well, this is going to cost me gold overall. Do I want to do that? It does make the sacrifices a little bit harder to kill, but it also makes my front line a little bit tankier, meaning that my assassins get a little bit more time to do their thing, do their assassinating. And I mean, we also have pairs of 2 other assassins on our bench, and we have like nothing really towards that Arc Warden build other than like a big time contract. So I'm like kind of inclined to stay the course. Oh, there's another big time contract. Okay, well we're gonna pick that up because the other 2 are pretty bad options. But that being said, I mean, maybe this works with assassins too. Typically, I like to just run. Typically, I like to just run the 6 assassins plus like Tidehunter and something else. You know what? I'm gonna level here, and I will make this swap into 6 assassins. I lose 1 big time contract, but that's okay, or 1 bloodbound. But because I gained the massive advantage of all the 6 hunter or the 6 assassin bonus. I guess I'll pick up Necrophos 2 on the chance we want to go for if we still want to go for that Arc Warden build. But that would be like really hard to pivot to at this point. It'd be really, really awkward to try to make that shift. I kind of want to move Vanguard over to Viper. He's a really strong assassin if he sticks around. I guess, actually no, he doesn't have the Dragon Alliance, so maybe I don't want it on him. I mean, he's still probably better than Slarder to hold it. I'm getting rid of Slarder at some point, right? Because I want to put in Tidehunter. So I think I just sit here on this for the moment. Still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do. That's a 3-star Beastmaster. That is not what I want to deal with. That is not at all what I want to deal with. Oh boy, that 3-star Beastmaster just like one-shot everyone. Well, but Phantom got it. Okay. Ah, almost. Almost got that. Why the Necro, although I'm still really doubtful I want to play a Necrophos. It's so funny, the two people who are going Brawny, competing for like the exact same build, are the ones who are still at the top of the tables. Alright, you know what, we're getting more and more assassins. I think we're just going to stay with the assassin build. Sorry, Arc Warden. You're cool and all, but so are assassins. There's, what, 2 people on mages? I was just thinking, how important is the scaled bonus? There's also a Dragon Knight, which is kind of useful for unlocking the Dragon Alliance. And just being a good carry on his own right. I still need Templar Assassin. And Templar Assassin is, like, Queen of Pain definitely falls off later into the game. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of Queen of Pain here just to clear up the bench space. Because eventually we'll replace it with a Templar Assassin. Because I don't want to go for so many 3 stars all at once and just clog my bench way too heavily. There's also an argument that I should be putting Warlock in over Ogre Magi. I don't know. Well, in any case, we're gonna be rerolling here at this level. There's a Templar. I'm almost certainly not going to play another sacrificed unit. You know what, I'll just do this. I get back up to about 50 gold. I know eventually I want to put Templar in. She's probably weaker right now compared to the Queen of Pain, but she's actually a really good holder of big time contract too, because she's got the refraction, so she gets to stay alive for a long time later into the fight, so she gets the benefit from the bonus a lot longer. And it's possible it made us a little bit weaker at this exact moment, but that's acceptable, I think. Got the win anyway. So the question is, how am I ever going to get Dragon Knight in here? Am I ever going to get Dragon Knight in here? Because I kind of do want a Bloodbound to like sacrifice right at the start of the fight. And I probably don't ever want to level up to 9. Because I just need 3 stars. And I need to keep on rerolling here at level 8. So that makes... those are like competing objectives, right? It's going to be hard to do both. So I'm much more inclined to get the dragon buff if we see a lot of mages are still alive, because part of this gives him magic resistance, and that's really useful against mage compositions. And if we are closer to a 3-star Viper, that's going to be tricky because we just have a 2-star and nothing else, and there's a little bit of competition around for them. Well, it doesn't hurt much to hold on to the Dragon Knight. If we find him at 2-star, it may... I don't know if it would be worthwhile to ditch it at some point here for in exchange for the Bloodbound buff, at least temporarily. I'm not positive. And of course, whenever we get Tidehunter, that'll be a good replacement for Slarder. Tidehunter 2-star, that is. And of course, still looking for Templar and Sand King. But that's kind of the extent to which we're playing this game. We're trying to get 3 stars on Morphling, Morphling Phantom, and Slark. Just pick up Daedalus. Daedalus is a little bit weaker in Assassins than it is in other builds, and I'd much prefer a Moonshard if I'm being honest. Oh, there's double Templar. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to give Templar the Daedalus and give this out to the Sand King, so hopefully the Sand King dies right off the bat and gets to trigger the effect. There's another Phantom and a Viper. So I'm going to wait till after the round to buy both of those, kind of using our board as some extra storage space. Once again, I just want to put this on Templar because she's going to be the probably longest surviving assassin, and just getting her to have the big shots later in the fight is going to be useful. We might just get crushed here. These Lycans are really good with a 3-star Beastmaster. Oh boy, with a Moonshard. I definitely would have preferred a Moonshard to put on the Slark as kind of a fake Mask of Madness, but we didn't get the chance to do that. Alright, one away from Phantom Assassin. And that would be a really big upgrade, needless to say. I may sell off Dragon Knights if I need to. There's a Sand King. There's a Viper. Another Viper and a Slark. And a Morphling. I think I'm just going to make this swap to clear up the bench space. There's a Dragon Knight, but I don't think we're going to use him. I just don't think we're going to use him. I think we're just going to keep a Bloodbound in because we hopefully get that on a 3-star Phantom at some point. And then just have that be our only extra unit outside of the Tidehunter, which I do think is necessary because of the mages that are out there. And mages will just kind of blow us apart if we don't have that. And the Dragon Knight doesn't really help, or sorry, the Tidehunter. I guess the Dragon Knight does help against mages, but the Scaled helps a bit more, and I think the Bloodbound helps against everything. Pick it up here just in case I change my mind next turn. There's another Viper. There's the Phantom, and another Viper. Maybe if these mages get eliminated, then I make the swap, because a 1-star Tidehunter doesn't do a lot, but a 3-star Viper with all that stuff, and possibly a 2-star Dragon Knight. Maybe we make that swap at that point. All right, but this is going well. Here's one of the mages, so we'll see how we fare against them right now, before any of those other possible changes come out. We get crushed by them. Okay. Ugh. Our Tidehunter was not in a good spot. He didn't get to ult anybody. We're getting 16. Eesh. Templar did the most, and Phantom didn't do a whole lot at all. I don't think the Dragon swap really changes anything there. There's a Morphling, a Slark. Alright, we're one away from Slark and Viper. And 3 away from Morphling. There's Slark. Alright, I think this is still fine. Maybe Sand King isn't dying fast enough to trigger the Bloodbound buff again. Maybe it should be... The big time contract should just be moved to another... to like the Templar. I don't know if that makes sense. Uh-oh. Ugh. This is one of those cases where Mask of Madness on Slark would have been so good. Because he was dealing a lot of damage, but he was just dying because everything that he killed also exploded in his face. So that's not very good. And unfortunately, we kind of squandered our opportunities to knock out these mages, which would have let us make the swap for Dragon Knight a lot easier. Well, it's a creep around here, so we get a little bit of respite. There's a free reroll. There's a Tidehunter. Okay, so we've got... If we get a 2-star Tide, that would be pretty great as well. And then we could put him up front with the... Actually, I could probably just move this over there because Tidehunter's going to die before Sand King, more than likely. I guess they're roughly comparable in tankiness, but Sand King has like the dodge out of the way effect. Still hoping for... I'd take like a Moon Shard for Slark. I would take Mask of Madness still. That's still by far the best item. A Refresher Orb also would be good on a Sand King. Or Tidehunter if we got there. So lots of good options to potentially find here in this round. Suppose we got to reroll for a 3-star Viper. And hopefully 3-star Vet. Oh, there's the Mask of Madness. Oh my gosh, so good. Put that on the Slark. Get this attack speed over on, I guess, Sand King. Oh, that was so good. I guess there's the potential I could have just like lost that round to increase my odds. I actually don't know if that increases my odds of finding a 3-star or a tier 3 item. There's a Tide Hunter. I guess I'm gonna hold off on swapping. You know what? We're gonna do it this way. Tide Hunter will be my sacrificial big time contract holder and just buff the Phantom Assassin as 3-star Slark with Mask of Madness gets to go crazy. 3-star Slark with Mask of Madness. Like, how much is he healed? He's easily healed more than his life total. He's healed for 2,319. So, like, he would have died so much earlier in that fight without Mask of Madness. That is why Mask of Madness is the most important thing. Oh, I forgot by the Tide Hunter. Almost forgot. That's why Mask of Madness is the most important thing in Assassins. And arguably I should have intentionally lost that creep round to try to find it, but we found it anyway, so, you know, just get lucky, I guess. And obviously no real reason to keep on rerolling until we get a bit more rolled. Actually, I'm not going to reroll. I'm just thinking if I should change my items around. Should I move Gloves of Haste over to Templar and move the Daedalus over to Dragon Knight? That probably would make sense. Because the reason Daedalus isn't so great in Assassins is because you already have an innate crit chance, and basically you can only crit once on an attack. So you're going to make multiple rolls to crit. So if you have what's the Assassin bonus? A 25% chance to crit, and then Phantom has a 25% as well. You're going to roll like that 25% chance twice, and if either of them hit, you'll do their appropriate thing, and if both of them hit, you'll just take the higher value, the 600% on coup de grace, as opposed to the 400 from Assassins. Or if you throw in an extra 30% chance for 200% crit, it doesn't, like, you have another roll, but it's not always as useful as you'd think, because if you roll that 30% chance, but you also hit with the natural assassin crit, then like there's that like small sliver of percentage chance to crit that is like overlaps and doesn't actually contribute any bonus damage. So it's a little bit weaker getting crit chance when you already have crit chance. I mean, it does increase your damage, of course. It doesn't not increase, but it increases it by less than it would on just somebody without a crit chance already, basically. If that makes sense. Slark, buddy, but no, stop. There you go. Oh, he comes back and just heals right back to full. Slark with Mask Madness. That's why I was stressing so earlier. You need to get Mask of Madness on this build. We need Mask of Madness. It needs to happen. And then when I didn't get one, I really wanted to swap towards Arc Warden, but the assassin units just kept coming, so I was like, I guess I gotta stay with them. I'm just rerolling for this last Morphling because I can't do anything else in this game. If I get a 3-star Morphling, then I'm like done. I can just AFK, essentially. I'm not going to get any more upgrades, and I'm probably not going to level up again. I just don't have the gold. I don't have the pipeline to throw another unit in. So really, I'm just trying to find this Morphling every turn. If we find it, then we're done, and we'll see where we fall at the end of all that. I think we're pretty good for at least second place. We may even find our way to get up into first. First place is the Savage build, or the Brawny build that, well, the Blade Mill could be a little annoying, but everything else looks reasonable to deal with. With a Slark with Mask of Madness, because they don't have a great way of locking them down, other than maybe Lycan Skullbasher gets lucky. And of course the other person who we just beat up on, so things are looking good. We're up against the Dragon here, and another Mask of Madness would be nice, right, for the Phantom Assassin. But I'm fine having the big time contract. I guess if I do level up, which, you know, in 2 turns, how much would it cost to level up? 16 experience costs 20 gold. I could do that in 2 turns and throw in a Mr. Warlock. That would actually be a really big buff to the Phantom Assassin. Assume Mr. Warlock dies right off the bat. Actually, maybe then I should swap it over to the Templar Assassin just to make sure that the things die before... Like, I don't want Phantom Assassin to get, like, killed right off the bat and then, like, not actually get to use the Bloodbound buff too much. Whereas if I put it on Templar, she's, like, definitely going to survive for a while. Or just grab a Moon Shard. Moon Shard on Dragon Knight? Or Moon Shard on Phantom? Big Time Contract on Dragon Knight? Daedalus on Templar? It's like a cascade of like changing which items go on which. Maybe I do just level. Maybe that is probably the most consistent way to increase my power level. I forgot we could just add in a Bloodbound. So that's probably acceptable to just throw in another Bloodbound as a sacrifice. Still don't have a great use of Daedalus because we have so many other things we want to use, but it's alright. Ooh, Slark got killed, but Dragon Knight is still up and he's still doing monstrous damage. So we're good. This should eliminate them. This should eliminate the Scrappy player who had a Heart of Trask Tinker, of all things. And now we're up against somebody who we did defeat on their board. So things are looking pretty good. Right, this is 16 experience. That'll cost 20 gold, right? Am I good at math? I am good at math. Sweet. So we'll just throw in the Bloodbound. I guess this is fine. This guy have a blink? Oh, I don't want this guy. Oh. Weird bug. I didn't want to buy this Lycan. But I couldn't sell it off while I was looking at their board. I can buy it, but I can't sell it off while looking at their board? That's odd. Oh well. Well, Slark's untouched, so... that's probably good. Or not good. This guy's got the blade mail. Oh, he got there! Look at that. Slark with the 19k damage. 19k. That's a close game. Right, but Phantom did die very quickly. So I think the game plan here is we're going to move this big time contract over here. Move the Daedalus over there. Just love to face the Tidehunter. Hey, and there's the Morphling. That's a good one to have the Daedalus on all of a sudden. Alright, so now I'm pretty much done. I can't find any more upgrades. Like, even finding a Mr. Warlock upgrade wouldn't really be much of an upgrade, would it? Phantom just one-hit their Disruptor before Disruptor could cast. So that probably just wins us the fight dramatically. And is it enough to kill them? That might be 22. That might be. I didn't do the math. 21! Get out of here. But that's okay. I mean, Phantom Assassin, if you can just one-shot the Disruptor, I'll take it. Who else dealt? Warlock obviously died quickly. Tidehunter. Dragon Knight did pretty good. I'm just seeing if these are the appropriate places that have big-time contracts. They look to be. Seem to be fine. I mean, no one rearranged for this fight, so there's no real reason to have me rearrange, right? So the Disruptor did get the ult off this time, but it didn't hit my backline, or like their backline where all my assassins were. Might still be good enough though. Slark is dead. Slark did not make it. Don't know what happened to him. But 3-star Slark needs to stay around to deal the damage in those long fights. That's not going to eliminate us, but we'll go to a creep round here, and then I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't have another like upgrade to find. We're not anywhere close to anything. Neither is our opponent, to be fair, but they're level 10, so I guess we're saving to 10. And what else? I guess if we find an expanded roster, we can just throw in another Bloodbound, I hope. I don't even know if that's like useful, or we should throw in like another Sand King, or like, we don't have a demon, right? So we could throw in Doom to maybe doom one of the 3-star Brawnies. That could be reasonable. If we find expanded roster and all that is, or if we just find an insane item. Refresher Orb would be great. Any of the tier 5 items. Would I take a Divine Rapier here? Probably, because I'm just one shot away from, like, it's win or go home. Instead I find Shiva's Guard, which is probably fine. Shiva's Guard's fine. Yeah, I'll slap that on the target buddy. Oh, I forgot he can hold items too. Why not? Alright, so I guess we're gonna try to buy 2-star Doom in case we like lose by not fatal life total, I guess. I don't know. I kind of just want to like move everybody over here so that we have a bit better chance of one-shotting this Disruptor when he blinks in. So he's gonna blink in, or where did he blink to? He blinked to my Viper? Okay, that was a weird thing, but okay. Oh no, our Slark's dead. Slark is dead. I know what happened to Slark, but he died way too quickly. Ugh, and that's the game. I'm serious, if Slark survives, then I think we can get the win. I actually want to see what was the damage output on the target buddy. Target buddy dealt 1300 damage with the Shiva's Guard. Ugh, that's unfortunate we lost that. I thought we had it. It was really good. It's all about just getting Slark to survive. I got him down to 1 life, but was not quite good enough because they were able to kill Slarks on the subsequent fights. So, unfortunate, but still a good game. Brawnies can certainly still work, as we saw there. Second place, I didn't get to see how many rating points I won or lost, but probably wasn't gaining a ton. So Brawnies can still work if you get the important ones up to 3-star quickly. I think they had a 3-star Beastmaster by round, it was like 20, right? Something like that. So they got a lot of kills on that Beastmaster and was really strong for them. So, but 6 Assassins are also still very strong in the meta. It was kind of weird having the Bloodbound, but we made it work. But Assassins are also very dependent on getting 3-star Assassins, and also very, very, very dependent on Mask of Madness. I can't stress that enough. You need Mask of Madness for Assassins. We kind of lucked our way into it. If we didn't find it, I'm sure we would have been just like 4th place or 5th place, but we found it and it was insane. So, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/tinman354, link down below. And I'll catch you next time. Have a nice night.